So this past week, I watched Sinners in theaters, and upon viewing it, I'm actually quite confused of all the reviews on both IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes being 97% and IMDb being 8.1. And with overwhelmingly positive reviews of people talking about how great the musical scores are, as well as the overall production value and spectacle of it. While I do agree with that, it does have issues with the storytelling, essentially trying to tell three stories in one, which can be convoluted and confusing to most people. My main issue with the storytelling stems from the beginning narration sequence where it discusses how a musician can bring out past musicians and future musicians and congregate them together, which is also loosely based on the director Ryan Coogler's uncle's folklore stories about blues in the Mississippi. But I'll get more to that later. The first act is honestly the best part of the movie. It introduces us to a 1930s Western America, also set with gangsters, revolving around this one character named Preacher Boy, whose father is a preacher and disapproves of him playing his music, while his cousins, the gangsters, the Smokestack Twins, approve of him playing his music and actually encourage it because they want to open up their own club. After experiencing racism up in New York, they come back down to Mississippi in order to pursue their dream. The second act, however, is when things begin to fall apart. Whenever Preacher Boy plays his music in the Smokestack Twins club, he does congregate past lives and future lives together, but it never brings it up again in the story, so it almost seems pointless to add it in the beginning sequence of the movie, because the rest of the movie is set where a vampire shows up who is also the devil, who's come to take Preacher Boy's soul along with everyone else's, and there's really no exposition to how and why this is happening.
We've decoded the intel from the First Order spy, and it confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.
Don't call it a comeback! And it's just pretty much chaos and a bloodbath throughout the whole entire film, with some relationship conflicts being mended, and while others left untied. If anything, I think the story could have been saved in the beginning sequence while talking about the past and future lives being congregated. Also, there being a consequence to awakening a supernatural figure or or entity of something of that nature. And so then that would give more of a reason for Preacher Boy's father to be angry with him for wanting to pursue the blues. So, although a brief overview of my issues with the film, I would probably have to give it a 6 out of 10, only because it's not an average film, I would say, but the storytelling and trying to pander to so many different audiences is really confusing and overall just hurts the film.